Okay, let's talk about this whole lab-grown meat thing. I was going to let it play out a little bit before I added my 2 cents to the conversation, but I'm a nutritionist and an anthropologist, so everybody else is talking about it. Why shouldn't I? On one hand, an eco-friendly way to develop nutritious food options is great. On the other hand, if we just got rid of capitalism, that would be the environment in which we all lived in anyway. The incredibly shortened version of this story is that white supremacy drives capitalism. Capitalism drives white supremacy, and they just feed into each other all the time. What this does is prevent people from having access to nutritious foods that are created, farmed, raised, cultivated, whatever the word is, for that particular food in a way that is beneficial for the environment. Because before colonization and before white supremacy and before capitalism, people had nourishing foods. Starvation was very rarely a problem in large sustainable societies anyway. There's obviously far too much nuance to discuss this in a 3-minute TikTok video. I'm talking about the rich control everything, the poor don't have access. When I say rich and poor, I am solely talking about socioeconomic status, which shouldn't even be a thing that we're talking about when it comes to the ability to eat nutritious foods that don't destroy the environment. So there's a lot of angles from which this argument can come, and the vegan stance is already a resounding humans don't need to eat meat anyway, which is not always true, and a lot of this moral veganism comes in from a misconstrued perspective of white supremacy. Some people need meat, some people don't. It really just kind of depends on your biochemistry, and not all consumption of meat is unethical. The problem with the production of meat specifically now is that we as Americans specifically think we need far more meat-based protein or protein in general in our diets than we actually do. Which means there's an overconsumption, which means there's overproduction, and overproduction leads to a lot of things, but in this case I was looking for environmental issues. But because of the trajectory that capitalism takes, instead of thinking, maybe we should decolonize and just dismantle the system that's super, super broken, instead people feel the need to develop yet another hurdle to jump through within the system, aka lab-created meats. There is so much more that we could talk about, but those are the wave tops.